What's up, guys? This is Hisoka. I'm back with another video. This is my second video so far, and today we're going to cover the topic of jungle. So if many of you haven't noticed, a lot of the prices have increased. Most of you are watching this probably are aware that prices have increased quite a bit, and I've bought a lot of things, one of which is jungle. Actually, I bought a ton of jungle. Let's go ahead and in total I've probably bought something like 6 or 7 complete sets worth. So, jungle. I even picked up an unlimited set. So let's see, right there, and a whole bunch of non-hollows. So that's quite a bit. One of the things I noticed was the box prices were picking up quite a bit of steam before the jungle sets would actually go out, and I actually bought one of these sets. I think it's the ones with the tabs already on it. So I picked up one of these sets for $420. Let's clear all this out. And so the prices of these sets were $420. You know, Team Rocket was about $650 and Fossil was $750. You know, it's kind of strange how quickly it went up in price, but these are some of the conditions of the cards. Pretty clean hollows for the most part that I kept. If you can see here, not really any issue. Maybe a little bit on the very edge, but it's kind of hard to even tell. No corner wear on this Clefable. So I'm actually hoping this one right here gets a 10. Pretty well centered. Silvering's not too bad. Few of these were from a seller that was $400. And after selling it, I think my net cost is about $200. So for all these hollows, about half the hollows in this pile were about $200. So not bad. You know, these are really good condition. Quite a bit of silvering though. You can kind of hard to see. And the backs are pretty good. So I expect a lot of these to come back mint 9s with a very small percentage chance of PSA 10. And that's kind of typical for jungle. A lot of people don't really realize the silvering issues, the print quality. It was the second set of Wizards of the Coast, and I'm actually thinking about doing a video on maybe the top 5 or the top 10 worst produced or production quality sets. You know, you've got things like jungle. First edition base set is in there, but I don't personally have a lot of experience, so I need to ask a few people who've opened it and get their feedback. You know, the centering issues, not only top to bottom, which is big, but left to right, the edge wear, the factory lines and scratches are pretty big, kind of like Neo Genesis. You know, you got EX series, Deoxys and Team Rocket Returns are really big, and I want to do a video as soon as I learn how to do a little bit of editing and add it into the video. And also I need a mic. Apparently I bought this and it's not the right adapter for the mic. So hopefully next video will have better quality audio in it. But yeah, you know, jungle was known as one of the sets that had really bad quality overall. You know, the silvering was probably the worst in this set. Maybe close to Team Rocket or Deoxys. One of those had some bad silvering issues. King's Con here. A little bit of wear in the top corner. Overall, don't really expect many 10s from that. So I'm going to go a little faster through these. But yeah, I positioned myself pretty heavily into jungle, and the reason why I did that was because I saw the prices of the individual cards compared to the graded 9s and even the 10s. Geez, the chance that you get a 10 is very unlikely. But if you did, they're still worth $400 to $2,000. This one, it's a little rough cut on here on the side, but it's actually really clean overall. It looks frayed. And with this is another issue that happened in jungle. It's hard to see, but that line across there, you can see the whitening on there. It's not edge wear, or as you can't see it on this side, but you can see the white on that side. So I don't know how PSA is going to dock that, but that was a known issue with it. And just for some reason, people weren't paying the price for jungle. And that's why I kind of went after it. The boxes were going up there. People weren't really paying that big of attention to it compared to Fossil and Team Rocket. One of these Scyther I actually pulled from a pack, and then I bought the other one from somebody who had opened it from a pack as well. So I think there's 1 or 2 of these that look like they might get a 10. Really good quality. This Pidgeot, though, is one that I actually pulled from a pack. And hollows are clean on a lot of these cards, which is just surprising considering the factory wear that normally comes with it. So a little dot on the side right there. And a little down there. I mean, honestly, it's not as big as what you normally see. And probably solid 9, very unlikely 10 chance. Yeah, Pinsir, I think, was another one that I pulled with some pretty significant chipping over there. So I positioned myself hard just because I thought this would be a great set that you have Snorlax, Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon, who are around 400 plus in a PSA 9. And, you know, I paid $420, $470 with tax for the first set. I bought an unlimited set for $280, and that was a really good quality buy. So between those, I got a lot of hollows and non-hollows as well that were in pretty good condition. I keep the 9s for the hollows, but for the 10s, I usually don't keep any unless they're going to be gem mint. And that's kind of my plan so far, is to, you know, get a bunch of these cards in 9s and, you know, hold on to some 9s, sell some 10s. This one's actually going to be an 8 with the wear here on the side. I don't know if you can see that. Really rough cuts on the corner. And sorry if I'm jumping around quite a bit. I took a break from studying and doing some eBay orders, and I'm figured I'd try to knock out a video really quickly to try to be consistent. So hopefully the video is pretty good and I'm not jumping around, but I really wanted to get a lot of these Wizards of the Coast cards to, you know, double or triple my money on and go after some of those gold stars, which are going to be pretty expensive. I think here's something interesting I noticed with all these different sets and pack openings that I did was that Victory Bell, Vileplume are going to be they're really good quality across all the sets. For some reason, Snorlax and Jolteon and Flareon were really bad with the silvering. So some silvering on the right, but I think these two are the pack fresh ones that I opened. And this one looks like a gem mint over here. Vileplume, though, I think I pulled 3 Vileplumes out of all the packs that I opened. So I think, looking at the cards, I think there was 3 gem mints. I mean, if I look at this one here, clean corners, clean hollows, but the backs are just, yeah, this one's another one, just amazing looking back. And I might end up with 5 PSA 10 Vileplumes by the time I'm done with this. So overall, the packs were some of the better purchases that I got, and this first completed set that I picked up had a lot of really potential good chances for 10. So the corners are really good over here. The only issue is the top, again, that white border. And, you know, that's why I picked up a lot of these cards. They were cheaper, harder to get in 10, so the 9s are going to be up. And I think I bought 6 plus sets of it. You know, over here, here's a bunch of sets. A lot of these I don't expect a lot of 10s from this one as well. But the hollows were clean. The backs are really nice. You know, a little bit of wear, but really good quality overall. And I'm hoping that in the coming 6 to 12 months, it's not supposed to touch your face. Failed there. You know, electrodes and everything else. That I'm hoping that these will be worth a lot of money as Jungle was picking up steam. And hopefully that'll be something that I can pick up and use to buy most of the sets. So yeah, tons of... I think I pulled a Jolteon, and I think it was really good quality. Is it? No, it's in the other one. It had a pressure point on here, like it was cut and pressed, and instead of the little curl, the lip that you get, it was a little more indented, but it was like a bigger lip. So it was kind of strange how that one was. But you know, those things were going for $4 or $5, I think even $600 in a PSA 9. And these last 4 sets that I bought of first edition, I paid about $1,500 for these jungle sets. You're getting 16 hollows, and you're only going to get 12 in a box. So if you get 12 in a box and you pay $6,000 plus, I'm paying $1,500, and I'm getting, so essentially 4 sets of full hollows and the non-hollow rares, because most people don't open up the non-heavy packs. So I'm getting a killer deal on 4 complete sets. I'm going to make back $1,000 selling some of the cards that aren't perfect, off-centered a little bit, or some factory lines. And for the most part, I'd take that consistently 9s over trying to open up a box and maybe get a 10. It's very hard with this set. So I picked up a ton of these. I think one more set's coming in and a few singles. But yeah, this is where I position myself heavily in with Jungle, hoping that the prices of the sets compared to the singles, because here was another interesting fact. $420 for that previous set. There was another set online for $399, excellent near mint with the guy saying the hollows were in PSA 8 to 10 quality, and I kept trying to offer him $350, and I heard back from him, but I didn't buy the first time, and then the set was gone. Next thing you know, 6 weeks after that first purchase, most of the sets are going for $1,000 to $1,200 in just near mint condition. Obviously, some of you guys might have seen the listing on eBay for, pack fresh gem sets of first edition Jungle. I picked up all 4 of them, and overall, they're very good quality. I wouldn't say pack fresh as in perfect from the pack. They had a little bit of signs of wear. The back may have not been stored perfectly as for PSA, but really well taken care of from a collector, and the sets are really good. So that's kind of what I picked up, and paying $1,500 or so a set is pretty expensive to go from $420 to $1,500 in 6 weeks. But if you look at the price of Snorlax, Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon, $400, $600 for PSA 9, you get 4 of those in a set. That easily covers your cost of the set alone, not including any 10s. So that's kind of why I position myself really high into Jungle, just because of the price of the 9s. And so I think after this, I'm done buying Jungle for a while. I think I pulled the Pidgeot as well. Silvering was kind of rough on there. I think the pack fresh ones were in the ones with the tabs over here. And these ones are the ones over here. But yeah, actually, let me get to it quickly. So Scyther, lots of Scythers. And here was a fun find in here. So this is a scratch error. There you go. You can see it right there. The scratch error on the pincer. And actually, it's a really good quality. I don't know if the lighting is... Let me see if I can dim it down a little bit. There's some on the edge here, but it doesn't bleed over into the back. And I think there's a very, very minuscule dot there that you can barely see. So I'm hoping this will be a PSA 10 scratch error. And honestly, I picked up nearly 100 first edition Jungle Hollows, and of those, I might 5-10% PSA 10 is kind of what I'm expecting. So this was definitely a gamble on it. Speaking of gambles, Snorlax, look at this big guy here. Up top, you got some really bad chipping. So overall, really good quality. I was pretty happy with it. Vaporeon, I think one of these looks like a 10. I actually did grade one of these in a PSA 10, years ago. I think somebody on eBay had 2 opened complete boxes, one of Team Rocket, one of First Edition Jungle, both First Edition actually, and I graded both of them, $200. Complete open boxes, every card there. Guess they wanted to open them and just have the experience. And I graded a Vaporeon 10. I think I sold that to a Gym Mint Pokemon for $125 in the day. The rest of the Rocket cards got PSA 10, and I think even the non-holo rares got 10s. I ended up selling those for about $100 a piece back in the day on auction. Somebody bid up my auction and paid, and I never got any complaints, which was surprising. Sometimes you get people who want to complete sets and you just have bidding out there because some people don't grade the non-holos, or at least they didn't back then. So it was kind of interesting. But yeah, this is just, huge pickup of first edition Jungle cards. And lots of Wigglytuffs. So of this, I didn't expect very many 10s, but a lot of 9s because I got rid of all of the... I already sold the copies that I'm not going to be keeping at the moment. Everything's fallen. Trying to be careful with this giant stack of cards. All right, lastly, let's see. Unlimited. Unlimited is another thing that I want to talk about because everybody's going for first edition. PSA, obviously there's no increase in supply in the PSA 10s. And so the PSA 9s are picking up. They're getting absorbed by the market. 8s and 7s are getting picked up. What about the unlimited? How many people at the end of the day are going to be able to afford first edition? Just similar to how first edition base set is. How how are people going to be able to afford first edition Jungle, first edition Team Rocket? You've got Charizard at 1,500, probably more. Dragonite, Gengar, 2,000, I think, plus on those cards. Most people aren't going to be able to afford those. So I think right now, a lot of people are sleeping on the unlimited cards. You know, you could easily open up a box, maybe get rid of the light packs, grade the holos, and keep them. Honestly, I'd suggest keeping the 9s and the 10s for now on those if you can find them, and wait for a few years and sell those once the first edition gets absorbed by the market. The 10s are gone in complete sets. People are investing in it. The 10s are going to be there from the unlimited to people to try to collect, and you could either buy them or grade them yourself now. And I think I might even buy some unlimited 10s. And of this set, this was actually really great quality. Let's see, so a little up at the top on the edge, but overall not much on that. You got some great cards. I think, let's see, there's a little dot right there. No corner wear though, so with that dot and the hollow centering, this could be a 10. I'm planning to hold a lot of the 10s or use them as trade for something that I want. I think it's worth it in the end to hold the 10s, just how quickly people are buying them out. It's going to be long before people are offering crazy amounts for Jungle Holos. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now with a lot of these cards, is just holding on to a lot of these in 10s and speculating on the unlimited cards, because that's not Jungle. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, just speculating on some of these cards, thinking about the next 6 to 12 months and kind of going from there. So that's kind of, hoping to double or triple my money and use that again as capital to buy even more cards and sets that come up, and hoping to use those at a certain point to leverage out and buy, PSA 10 Rayquaza or Torchic if it comes on sale, or even trade for it. I wouldn't mind trading up in value for it to somebody. So yeah, it's kind of where I'm at, and I position myself quite a bit heavy into Jungle. And I think after those 6 sets or so, so 1 set unlimited, 1 set first edition, and then I bought 4 from a guy, so that's 6 total sets. And then there was extras of the holos. I have no idea, honestly, how many cards I've bought, but it's quite a bit. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thought I'd at least make a video during my break and study time, and update you guys on what's going on, what I've been buying, and kind of the progress towards getting my collection back or rebuying it. And a lot of that for the first 6 to 12 months is going to be me buying Wizards of the Coast cards. Buying Wizards of the Coast cards is going to give me that capital to buy the cards that I want later on. And if I figure I come into it trying to buy my collection back with 20,000, I won't have enough. But if I can use that and flip it in the next 6 to 12 months, 20 can obviously turn into 40, into 80, and then from there 80 to 160. And looking at the value of PSA 10 Gold Star set, somewhere around 70,000 at today's current prices right now, yeah, I'm not going to be able to afford it with 20,000. But if I can, buy a bunch of these in the next 6 to 12 months, hopefully I'll be able to flip that and buy back the cards that I need that I didn't grade in the meantime, because I'm still picking up EXs. Gold stars are pretty hard to find, and honestly, between the values of the 9s and the 10s, people are selling the 9s almost at the value of the 10. It's not worth it. I'd rather take the cost of, say, a Charizard raw gold card at Gold Star and buy, another one of these sets, having more shots at getting a PSA 10 or even doubling my money just from the 9s and being able to use that versus trying to buy the card directly. So that's kind of the plan, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Actually, give me a comment down below letting me know how many of the holos you think are going to get PSA 10. And I think there is 140 cards total between all my Jungle cards that I'm grading between the rares. Give me a comment down below how many you think are going to get PSA 10. The person that gets closest to it, I'll go ahead and send you a giveaway item, something from this, a PSA 9 or something else from my store. So give me a comment down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to keep following the journey.